Okay, I thought I'd do a little video today. I just bought this. This is the LX25 that I just bought. It's used, so given everything I'm going to do a review on it, take in mind it is used, so it's not brand new. I hope that some of that doesn't reflect as to, I don't want to use the used part as as a negative. So the guy I bought it from said he bought it brand new. He has about 6,000 board feet ran through it. And I'm just going to give you some of what I like and dislike about this thing. I like that it, like the bed cover, the rail covers, so you don't get sawdust on your rails. I do like that. I like, it's easy to change the blade. Oh my goodness, this is so easy to change this blade. You undo this over there, undo this over here, lift this up, and there's one bolt right there that you loosen and the blade comes off. It's crazy easy, and I did a video on it, and I did it in 3 minutes. I changed the blade on this in 3 minutes. That was from starting the video to stopping the video. So that's really nice. I mean, even this enclosure part here where it holds it open for you, it's got a little spring release there to shut the lid. So that's really nice. Okay, now some of the things I don't like about this thing. Okay, let's start with this. I mean, seriously, Woodmeizer, that's the size of lube tank that you put on this thing? I'd have to fill that thing every 10 minutes. I'm not using lube because the guy I bought it from said he only used hardwoods and he never used lube, so he took the hose off of it and doesn't even have it on there. I'll probably put it back on there to sell it because I'm going to sell this thing. I hate to say it, but that Hudson over there is a lot better saw than this. And I know they're different categories, so don't beat me up on that. This is a 26, that's a 36. The motor is 9.5 versus 16. So don't beat me up on it. I know they're different classes. But for an entry-level class here, this mill is a good mill. I wouldn't consider it a great mill. Like I said, that tank there needs to be a way bigger. One thing I absolutely cannot stand about this mill is having to hold this throttle in to engage the clutch. This gets tiring. Holy crap, man. Your grip starts dying after a while, holding that in while you're trying to push it through a big log. That's a workout. You almost want to be able to put the other hand on there so that you can work out both arms, so you don't look like Popeye with one arm. And another thing I just don't like about this, so like on the Hudson, the crank is up high, okay? I don't know if you can see where it's at, but the crank is right in the middle there, right next to the motor to the left. It's actually an electric winch right now, but normally that's where they mount the crank. Well, the crank doesn't move. It's at the same height every time. On this, when you crank it up and down, the crank goes with it. So when you're down here doing this bottom cut, you're bent clear over trying to crank this thing up or down, trying to crank that lever. You're bent over. Yeah, I know I could lift this up in the air and mount it up in the air, but the point is that it's supposed to be ran on the ground, and having to bend over to crank this thing up and down, now that sucks. It's not, and it's not something that most mills do, because most mills the cranking lever is mounted hard. So that's something I don't really like about it. I do like the log dog. It's simple, it's easy. I'll probably be making a couple of these very similar to this for my Hudson, because I do like the screw style. My last Hudson, the guy's still using it right now, and he says that he uses the screw style ones that I put on there a lot. So I like the screw style ones. I like the removable backstops that they have here. I don't have them in the picture here. Run over here and grab them. These removable backstops are kind of cool. They work good. So They lock into place. They're good to go. They've got the bend at the top so that when you're rolling a log over onto them, it spits the log back this way instead of trying to catch the log and then the log doesn't roll. Yeah, it's a good sawmill. I'm not going to say that this is a bad sawmill because it is by far not a bad sawmill. Made in America, you know, so I don't want to knock it too much. But there's just some design issues that I think they, you know, this lifting mechanism. Now, like I said, it's a year old and 6,000 board feet in. But there's the cable that lifts this thing up, and it's frayed and needs replaced. And I probably do that before I sell it. But that right there looks cheesy to me. A cable pulling on the side of a bolt. You're a Woodmeizer. You can't come up with a bolt that comes straight down and that this hooks onto straight down. And this one here is really prevalent. Look at how it's bent that bolt. You know, being at an angle right there, it's bent this bolt. Come on, Woodmeizer, you could do better than that. You're the main company. You shouldn't be building stuff like that. I do like. So this is really kind of a cool feature. So they've got these, they're probably PTFE or Delrin, one of the two, but they've got these slides here. And if you look down at the bottom one, you can see there's a slot right there. So you can move this thing back and forth, move these slides back and forth to adjust them. That's kind of cool because it keeps this thing, it doesn't rack, it doesn't move on the slide. So it's a neat feature. I do like that. So, like I said, all in all, it's a good machine. The guy I bought it from had it mounted on these 4x6s, but it did come with all of the leveling feet. So I've got about, I don't know, probably a dozen leveling feet in the back of my truck right now. So if you wanted to mount this on a slab or mount it like I did my Hudson on piers, you could use the leveling feet on the piers, however you wanted to do it. So anyway, that's my review on LX25. Thanks.